Hey everybody, so it's Saturday night and we're getting into some different cocktails here. And actually what I'm going to try to do tonight, and this may shock everyone, I'm going to make a non-alcoholic cocktail. Or, I know, what is in the modern parlance known as a zero-proof cocktail. And this was kind of inspired by a few different people. Jessica Moctezuma DeHart, like a couple months ago, said, hey, when are you going to make something that I can drink while I'm pregnant? And I thought, well, there's a challenge if I can come up with some non-alcoholic drinks. And some other people, I know there are people, friends of mine in real life and on Facebook who don't drink. I think Jeffrey Fetzer just a week or two ago said, hey, when are you going to make something non-alcoholic? So I'm going to give it a shot. And it turns out that it is, there's something called Sober October for those who choose to abstain from alcohol for the month of October, whether it's for health reasons or whatever. So I think it's appropriate that we do some non-alcoholic stuff. And it turns out there are actually some fairly high quality products that they refer to as zero-proof spirits, or they're actually distilled spirits. And one of the most prominent ones is something called Seedlip. And Seedlip makes at least 3 different distilled non-alcoholic spirits. This one is their Spice 94, and it's kind of got a botanical, spicy, sort of clove, cinnamon. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to describe. But what I'm going to make with the Seedlip spice is an Espresso Martini. And so I'm going to make 2. I'm going to make a non-alcoholic version with the Seedlip, and then I'm going to make a regular Espresso Martini with some vodka. So I'm going to jump in and do the Seedlip non-alcoholic version first. Of course, we're going to serve them in martini glasses, so we've got the martini glasses chilling with ice and water. Just going to put those aside for a moment, and we're going to do our Seedlip Espresso Martini. So we want 2 ounces of the Seedlip. And Seedlip, the other ones they make one called Garden, which is kind of got some botanical sort of herbs and almost a vegetable type feel to it. And then they also make one called Citrus, which is obviously citrusy. So we've got our Seedlip. We're going to go with ½ an ounce of simple syrup. And then we want some cold brew, or you can use regular espresso. I'm going with a local cold Brutus, Vermont-made cold brew. And we want 2 ounces of the cold brew coffee as well. And then we're just going to shake it up. And you want to give it a good long shake. You want to kind of get it a little frothy as well as just chilled. Looks pretty good. And then we're going to dump out our ice and water from one. And we're going to strain this into our chilled martini glass.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. It's looking pretty good. Really frothy. We're going to put a couple of coffee beans, float them on top. So just 3 coffee beans on top. So there is our Seedlip zero-proof espresso martini. And then I'm going to do a regular martini. So I'm going to get a new shaker because we don't want to cross-contaminate anything. And for our regular espresso martini. I'm going to use 2 ounces of plain vodka. This is Smuggler's Notch vodka. And you can use, a lot of people like a vanilla vodka. You can use a flavored vodka if you prefer. Vanilla vodka goes pretty well in an espresso martini. Then you want a 1/2 ounce of coffee liqueur. You can use Kahlua. I've got something called Perk, which is made here in Vermont in Brattleboro by Saxton's River Distillers. And it's not as sweet as Kahlua. I kind of like it in any drink that calls for a coffee liqueur. And then again, we want some simple syrup, about a 1/2 ounce. And it was 1/2 ounce of the coffee liqueur as well. 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. And then a couple ounces of the cold brew. Now I realize that if you're pregnant and you're avoiding alcohol, you're probably also not drinking caffeine. So this particular non-alcoholic drink might not work for someone who's expecting, but I'll get into some other zero proof cocktails in some other videos that will maybe be more appropriate for someone who's pregnant. So we want to shake our espresso martini just like we did with the non-alcoholic version. Again, dump out our ice and water, strain it into our martini glass, and the coffee that we have is coffee that has been barrel aged with Whistle Pig rye whiskey, so it's very aromatic. Go. A couple more. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to give the alcoholic version to Keely.
Oh.
Because she worked today and I didn't, so she probably needs it more than I do. I'm going to try the non-alcoholic version and we'll see how it is. That's pretty tasty.
Is it? Let's switch. Let's see if we can
do the
It's going to be
very
hand
different, and I let the froth
Well.
settle a little bit while I was making this one. The spices in it are kind of subtle, but it's definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, you could drink that.
Yeah?
I could drink that.
So, cheers, whether you're drinking or having zero proof, you can still
If you're
enjoy
having
a cocktail.
babies.
If you're having babies or you choose not to drink or you can't drink for health or medical reasons, there are plenty of options, and we'll try and look into some of the other ones going forward. We'll try and make the non-alcoholic version of different drinks that we make along the way. Cheers.